The story started with a mission that spiraled completely out of control. A man known as Six held intel that could shake an entire organization. While running for his life, he fought back, and the situation quickly turned into a full-scale shootout. Soon, the chase moved from the shadows to the streets. A truck suddenly rolled up and its side door lifted open. Several teams of mercenaries jumped out and moved fast. They pushed forward with riot shields in one hand and Glock 17 seconds in the other. Teammates behind them provided cover with Galil rifles. Then a high-rate machine gun opened fire, tearing apart incoming police vehicles. FBI units trying to flank were forced back under heavy fire. The man running it all was former CIA agent Lloyd Hansen. Moments later, SWAT units arrived to secure the target. When Sierra 6 showed up, quickly formed tactical teams, groups of 3, and moved in from both sides. Hansen sent in a second wave of mercenaries. They used HKG-36 rifles to suppress SWAT. SWAT responded with heavy machine guns mounted on armored vehicles. In the chaos, one mercenary tried to sneak in. 6 grabbed a CZP-09 and took him out with a clean headshot. He tried to break his handcuffs but ran out of ammo. So he grabbed more rounds from a body nearby. Elsewhere, another mercenary used an FNF-2000 to suppress the armored vehicle, then an RPG hit, taking out the SWAT gun position. Seeing things stall, Hansen raised the stakes, take out 6, and there's an extra 10 million. After that, the mercenaries pushed even harder. 6 used a grenade to clear enemies on his right, but seconds later, a car sped straight at him. 6 reacted fast. He pinned the pistol with his legs, reloaded with one hand, and racked the slide with his shoe. He fired a few shots, took out the driver, then shot off his handcuffs. With one quick move, he disappeared from the kill zone. Back at command, Hansen demanded 6's location. The mercenaries could only say, "Target not visible," then a tram caught their attention. They moved in with a machine gun to search it. 6 lay on his side and dropped one with 2 quick shots. 3 more moved in. 6 used controlled shots to clear them, grabbed a shield, and shut the doors, but Hansen immediately sent a 4th team to chase him down. What followed was a high-speed pursuit. A Mercedes chased the tram, firing from a mounted gun on top. At the critical moment, Donnie Miranda showed up in an Audi RS7 and rammed the vehicle, but another car quickly joined in and kept up the pressure. 6 signaled Miranda to speed up and pass them. Then he leaned out and shot the driver. The enemy car lost control and flipped, but it wasn't over. Another vehicle pulled up with dual 40mm grenade launchers. They started blasting at the tram non-stop. Police cars were taken out along the way. Inside, mercenaries kept firing shotguns. 6 climbed onto the roof. As another grenade was loaded, the tram passed a glass wall, using the reflection. 6 fired and took the shooter out, but the next grenade was already aimed at him. At the last second, Miranda swerved and slammed into the enemy car. The tram derailed and headed straight toward a building. 6 ran toward the back. Miranda reversed hard and drifted perfectly to catch him. They made it out alive. The story then shifted to the past, 18 years earlier. 6 was in prison. He had been sentenced to 36 years for killing his abusive father. CIA agent Donald Fitzroy gave him a deal. That's how he became a CIA operative, codenamed Sierra 6. Back to the present Bangkok, New Year's Eve, the city was celebrating. 6 was on a mission. At command, Denny gave the order. The target had critical intel and had to be stopped before a deal went through. 6 locked onto the target using thermal imaging, but a child suddenly stepped into the scene. To avoid collateral damage, 6 claimed his weapon jammed and triggered a fire alarm. The target sensed trouble and pulled out. 6 gave chase and took down security in close combat. A hairpin, a knife, a bottle. He used whatever he could. Miranda provided cover from a distance. The target jumped out a window. 6 followed. They fought one-on-one under exploding fireworks. After a tough fight, 6 came out on top. Before dying, the target handed him a USB drive and warned him, "Be careful." Back at command, Denny demanded the drive. He also issued a threat. 6 changed clothes and checked the drive at an internet cafe. The files were encrypted. Instead of returning, he mailed the drive to Margaret Cahill, a contact of Fitzroy. Denny decided to eliminate him. He brought in Lloyd Hansen and launched a full manhunt. At this point, Fitzroy was the only person 6 could trust. With Fitzroy's help, 6 reached a hidden airstrip. He boarded a plane to get out of Bangkok, but things went wrong again. Shortly after takeoff, the crew got new orders. They were forced to go after 6. A fight broke out inside the plane. 6 used a fire extinguisher to take the first move and dropped several attackers. A smoke grenade filled the cabin. He took down more enemies in close combat while grabbing a gun. He accidentally hit the extinguisher again. It exploded and blew a hole in the plane. The cabin lost pressure instantly. 6 grabbed an oxygen mask. Another attacker rushed him but got taken down with an oxygen tank. A second one charged. 6 strapped a parachute onto him and pulled the cord. The man was dragged out of the plane, But things got worse. The aircraft started breaking apart. The last parachute was taken. Six had no choice but to jump, free-falling through the air. He locked onto someone with a parachute. He accelerated, caught up, and grabbed it. After a brief mid-air fight, he secured the chute and landed safely. At this point, the pace hit full speed, and the real hunt had only just begun. After escaping, Six contacted Donald Fitzroy. That's when he learned Claire had been taken. Six still refused to hand over the drive. Hansen put out a global bounty and sent multiple elite teams after him. To find Claire, Six made his way to Vienna. He returned to a safe house, grabbed gear, and followed a lead to a black market spot. There, he found the serial number of Claire's pacemaker and got a fake passport. But while taking a photo, the owner betrayed him for the bounty and trapped him. Meanwhile, Donnie Miranda came under suspicion and was pulled from duty, but she caught a reflection in Denny's glasses and saw Hansen's message. That's how she tracked down Six's location. Six still refused to hand over the drive. Hansen put out a global bounty. He also sent 4 elite teams to hunt Six down. Six didn't sit still. He broke a pipe in the cell. Then he cracked open bullets and pulled the powder. He packed it into a metal pipe and built a crude bomb. When the mercenaries got close, he detonated it. The blast created chaos, and Six slipped out. But Hansen was waiting outside. He took Six down with pepper spray. The explosion even blew one of Six's shoes off. Hansen didn't rush the kill. He dragged it out, like a game. Right then, Miranda showed up and pulled Six out. She planned to bring him back to clear her name, but after talking with Six, she switched sides. They headed to Prague together after getting free. Six met up with Miranda at a hospital. They got out together. On the surface, it was a chase story, but at its core, it asked one question: who really defines what's right? Six had been a tool, but he chose to decide for himself when orders and conscience collide. What would you choose?